Have you ever laughed at a joke, only to realize someone's kindness turned it into a life-changing moment? Sometimes people set out to embarrass someone, expecting everyone to laugh. But every now and then, one unexpected decision reminds us that compassion is stronger than cruelty. Tonight's story is about a double date that was supposed to humiliate one man. Instead, it revealed the true meaning of character, leaving everyone in the restaurant completely speechless. Stay with me, because this unforgettable moment proves that kindness always has the final word. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Matters, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us share more heartwarming stories that remind the world kindness still exists. Ethan was a 31-year-old high school teacher in Seattle. He wasn't rich, flashy, or famous. He simply believed that every person deserved respect. His closest friend, Ryan, often teased him for being too nice, saying kindness didn't get people anywhere in today's world. One Friday evening, Ryan invited Ethan on a double date. "You'll love this," Ryan said with a grin. "The CEO I'm seeing is bringing one of her friends for you." The CEO's name was Victoria. She was young, brilliant, and the founder of a successful technology company. She had built a business worth millions before turning 35. Confident and elegant, Victoria was admired by many, but years of leading a competitive company had made her skeptical of people's true intentions. When they arrived at the upscale restaurant, Ryan and Victoria exchanged knowing smiles. A few minutes later, another woman slowly walked toward the table. She was visibly pregnant. Her name was Sarah. She looked nervous as she gently rested a hand on her growing baby bump before sitting down. She quietly apologized for being a few minutes late. Ryan tried hard not to laugh. Victoria looked uncomfortable but stayed silent. Ethan noticed strange expressions passing between them. The truth was cruel. Ryan had convinced Victoria to invite Sarah because he thought it would be funny. He believed Ethan would immediately reject the date, making everyone laugh at Sarah's expense. Instead, Ethan stood up. He smiled warmly. "It's really nice to meet you, Sarah," he said. "Can I pull out your chair?" Sarah looked surprised. "No one's done that for me in a long time," she whispered. Throughout dinner, Ethan treated Sarah with genuine respect. He asked about her favorite books, her dreams, and what kind of music she enjoyed. Not once did he ask uncomfortable questions about her pregnancy. For the first time in months, Sarah found herself laughing. Victoria quietly watched everything. This wasn't the reaction she expected. Finally, Sarah took a deep breath. "I should probably tell you," she said softly. "I'm 7 months pregnant. The baby's father left when he found out. Most people disappear the moment they see me." Ethan nodded kindly. "I'm sorry you've been treated that way. You deserve better." Sarah blinked back tears. "You don't think I'm damaged?" Ethan smiled. "I think you're incredibly brave." The entire table became silent. Ryan shifted awkwardly in his seat. Trying to recover, he laughed nervously. "Come on, Ethan. You can't seriously be interested." Ethan looked directly at him. "I'm interested in getting to know someone with a kind heart. That's far more important than someone's situation." The restaurant became unusually quiet. Several nearby diners had overheard the conversation. Victoria lowered her eyes. For the first time that evening, she felt ashamed. She had agreed to Ryan's childish prank without considering how deeply it could hurt another person. Dinner continued, but everything had changed. Sarah smiled more than she had in months. When dessert arrived, Ethan quietly asked the waiter to package Sarah's favorite cheesecake so she could enjoy it later. As they walked outside, Sarah thanked Ethan. "I almost canceled tonight," she admitted. "I thought everyone would judge me." "I'm glad you came," Ethan replied. "Your child is lucky to have someone as strong as you." Sarah couldn't hold back her tears anymore. After she left, Victoria asked Ryan to wait by the car. She turned toward Ethan. "I owe you an apology." Ethan looked confused. "For what?" "This whole evening," Victoria admitted. "Ryan thought it would be funny to make you uncomfortable. I agreed because I assumed you'd react like everyone else." Ethan remained calm. "I hope tonight taught us all something." Victoria nodded slowly. It did. Over the following weeks, Victoria couldn't stop thinking about Ethan's words. She realized that despite running a successful company, she had ignored one of the most important qualities in leadership: compassion. She began changing the culture inside her business. She expanded maternity benefits. She introduced flexible schedules for single parents. She created scholarships for employees raising children alone. Her staff noticed the difference almost immediately. Months later, Victoria reached out to Ethan. This time, it wasn't about a joke. "I'd like to invite you to dinner again," she said with a smile. "Just the two of us." Ethan laughed. "I hope there aren't any surprises this time." "Only one," Victoria replied. "I finally understand why kindness matters more than success." They spent hours talking. Without pretending to be perfect. Without games. Without trying to impress each other. They simply enjoyed honest conversation. Their friendship slowly grew into something deeper. Meanwhile, Sarah welcomed a beautiful baby girl. Victoria surprised her with a full-time position at her company, complete with childcare support and flexible hours. Sarah couldn't believe someone had believed in her again. Years later, she often told her daughter about the stranger who treated her with dignity on the night everyone expected her to be humiliated. One simple act of kindness had changed 3 lives. Ryan eventually admitted his mistake and apologized to both Sarah and Ethan. He confessed that he had confused confidence with cruelty and finally understood the difference. Life has a funny way of revealing who people truly are. Some try to make others the punchline of a joke. Others quietly become the reason someone believes in humanity again. That night, Ethan didn't become unforgettable because he impressed a successful CEO. He became unforgettable because he chose compassion when everyone else expected judgment. And sometimes, that's the greatest success anyone can achieve. If this story touched your heart, remember this simple truth: every person you meet is fighting a battle you may never see. A little kindness, a little respect, and a little understanding can completely change someone's future. Be the person who lifts others instead of laughing at them. Because in the end, kindness always echoes farther than cruelty ever will.